If I remember correctly, you first visited China as Prime Minister in 2011, and you would have met the old leadership of China. This time you met the new leadership. Are there meaningful differences, obvious differences between, both in style and personality and policies between the two sets?
I've had the opportunity to meet former President Hu and former Premier Wen on a number of occasions. I mean, I've visited China, but the nature of multilateral diplomacy in the modern age means that there are many times that bring you together: G20, East Asia Summit, APEC, and the list tends to go on, Asia-Europe meeting, all of those kinds of things, which does give you an opportunity to see people, if not in a formal bilateral, then at least in the margins of the meeting, in a number of times, which enables you to develop a sort of personal relationship, which I think is good. I always felt that I was having a constructive conversations and good dialogue with President Hu and Premier Wen. I think part of the change, the sort of generational change that this new Chinese leadership represents, is we are dealing with people who have more modern manners, if I can put it that way, more outgoing, more engaged, less formal. I don't mean any of that as a criticism. I think if we tracked generations in Australia and their ways of dealing with each other, we could see that transition too. And I think we're also seeing people more deeply familiar with Western ways, and in President Xi's case particularly, with Australia, and Premier Li is no stranger to Australia either. So I think that helps. It helps build a bond of trust and communication.
Do you think these two leaders will lead China in a different direction?
Well, I think President Xi in particular is outlining a vision, and we will see that deepen and get more textured as his leadership goes on. But I think he has employed this notion of the Chinese dream to not only talk about national achievement, but within the umbrella of national achievement to talk about individual achievement and individual goals and aspirations. So I think we can see already a difference there, and I believe as his leadership goes on with Premier Li that we'll see more detail and depth.
Will they tackle corruption? Will they tackle corruption, do you think?
Well, they've certainly stated that they would, and it's in the long-term interests of everyone involved for corruption to be tackled.
Thanks for joining us, Prime Minister.
Thank you very much.